Hi, welcome to the truth about our relationship.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you should name the video. The truth about it. You know how
The
that's
truth.
clickbait?
Yeah.
The truth about our relationship.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Stephanie. Today we're going to be doing a how I met my boyfriend story time type of video.
Why do I have to introduce myself? I'm already like...
Maybe people don't know your
Okay,
name.
fine. My name's Dier.
And how long have we been dating?
When is our anniversary? I'm just playing. We've been dating for almost 3 years. 3 years next month.
3 years next month on February 19th. We've been dating for 3 years. I wanted to give a story time on how we met. So I want to do it from my perspective and then from his perspective. It's not really that long of a story. It's super Gen Z the way we met, I would say. Super like how people usually meet these days on social media.
Started in them DMs.
Yeah, so basically one day, this is back in 2020, I was scrolling on my explore page on Instagram and I saw this guy and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. So I went on his Instagram, stalked his Instagram, DM. He had a lot more followers than I did and I didn't think he would reply at all. Like, I didn't think he was gonna reply. I was just like, I'll just send him a message, we'll see what happens. Like, if he replies, he replies. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I slid in his DM and I said hi. I think all I said was hi or something. And I thought he was the weirdest texter ever. So I texted him hi and then he replied, he was like, hey, with a bunch of E's and Y's and exclamation points. I was like, wow, he's excited. But I thought it was like a catfish because of the way he texted at first.
Exposing me, huh?
I was like, we like started texting and stuff, and then he's told me now that he's the type of person where if he meets somebody, he wants to see how the vibe is in person as soon as possible. So we didn't really text like that much. We only texted for about a month. We only talked, like our talking phase lasted like December and January and half of February. But we were basically dating by February. So we only talked for like 2 months and then he cuffed me. So we were texting for December and then we went on our first date. Oh, I completely forgot this part. So yeah, we were texting for pretty much all of December and he was offering to hang out and stuff. And the first time we hung out was New Year's going into 2021. So basically we were texting and I was like, oh, I'm going to this New Year's party at this apartment complex. And he was like, oh, I actually live at that apartment complex, so you should stop by and we can hang out or meet or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I will do that. I was super nervous. Like, I was so scared. And I remember going there and then we went on the balcony of his apartment and we were just talking. We like hit it off really well. We were just talking, we connected really well, and then we went on our official first date. That was our first time hanging out. Our first date,
I think it was like later that week.
yeah, I think it was really soon after. We went roller skating and to get boba, and then that was really fun.
And insomnia.
And insomnia cookies, I forgot.
Can't even remember our full first date.
Oh, whenever we were at roller skating too, it was so funny because there was this little girl. This is, mind you, this is our first date. Oh. Like, it's still kind of awkward.
Trying to put the pressure on me.
Yeah, we were still kind of awkward. And this little girl comes skating up to us. She is following us the entire time we're skating. Like, and he's falling everywhere. I'm doing good at roller skating, but he's falling everywhere. I'm just kidding. But he did fall one time. Didn't you fall?
Fell a few times.
This little girl was like skating next to us, like as if she knew us or something. And she kept staring at us, following us around. And then at one point she goes, are you guys dating? On our first date. And he's quiet. And I was like, no. And she's like, oh. And then like skates off.
My heart broke. I was playing.
But that was really awkward because I was like, what am I supposed to say? Anyways, after that, we ended up going to my dorm and we just stayed up till like 4 in the morning just talking and everything. And the thing that like set him apart from every other guy that I've like talked to or whatever is that he was super open about being ready for a relationship and that like, and by this point we had been talking for like a little over a month, texting, talking, whatever. Yeah. And he just was like open about how he liked me and stuff and how like he was interested. And you know, in this society today, as in my experience, no guy has ever really told me like straight up like, oh, I like you and I would like to pursue you or whatever. I never experienced that. I never experienced like gentlemanly treatment, like opening doors for me, opening car doors for me, all that stuff. I never experienced it before. So when he like told me that night that he was interested in me and he would like to pursue me and whatever and date me eventually, whatever, you know, the whole story. He was saying that, and I think that's what really like set him apart from everyone else for me. I'll tell you this right now, the way that we started, like the way that I became his girlfriend, I don't like how that went.
Well, if you were a little bit more patient, then it would have worked out my way.
Okay, you can go ahead and share your story time on that and then like your perspective.
I mean, I feel like you really covered it all.
Okay, but what was it, your perspective when I DM'd you?
Okay, so she DM'd me, right? And I guess I already followed you since it was not in my request. And I'm like, oh, who is this? I click on her profile. I'm like, oh, wow. I follow her and she's in here DMing me. I'm like, okay, so, all right, let's see. I was like, I don't remember ever following her. I remember scrolling through and I was like, okay, wow, she's really pretty. I can't believe she DM'd me. That's what I was thinking, literally. I was like, oh wow, she DM'd me? And she didn't say nothing crazy or nothing. And then I scrolled through and I remember looking at her Instagram and I felt like she carried herself in a certain light. I could tell that by her Instagram and what her posts, I would say. And so I was like, okay, why not? And so I was like...
Wow, okay. I was just a why not?
No, I'm just playing. Not why not, but like, it's like,
let's see what this is about.
Yeah, let's see where, you know, piqued my interest. And I just responded back in the best way I knew possible. And it ended up being a long hey. And respond to her hey.
Hey, if I can find
icebreaker.
that DM.
It's just an icebreaker, you know?
Yeah, if I can find the DM, I'm going to put a picture of it.
Another thing that stood out was she sent me music. Nobody else like sent me music ever before, I
feel like music can be like a good...
And it was...
like a love language almost, and it's something that you guys can like talk about and see what kind of music each other into.
No, she sent me music and I thought it was pretty cool, like sending me pretty good music and I enjoyed listening to it. I remember I told my friend Luis that we worked at Target at the time together and I would go back to work and be like, bro, look, like, can you believe this? We're texting, like, da 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 da. I was like getting excited, I remember. You know, at first I was like, let's meet like next week on some crazy, like, because I really am the type of person, like, anybody can BS through the phone, in my opinion. Like,
and the vibes can be different in person than they are over texting.
And I just wanted to see like how it was in person because everybody else that I had like talked to and like or went on a date with in person, there was something like always missing, like, and it was always awkward. It wasn't always authentic. It felt like it wasn't always natural. It felt like, but then. And so that's why I really wanted to see her in person because I'm the type of person I don't want to waste time. You know, I want to, you know, I feel like games. I try to, you know, there's a purpose. If I'm doing something, it's for a purpose, I feel like. So I was like, let's you know, do something next week. That fell through. We were supposed to go to Botanical Gardens, but that fell through. Fast forward to New Year's, she tells me that she's going to this party at my apartment complex.
You almost said it.
I'm like, dang, what a coincidence. Like, I live at that apartment complex. You might as well swing by and we can hang out, you know, see what the vibe is. And she's like, yeah, I bet. And I'm like, oh wow, I don't see that. I'm like, oh man, that's, you know, when the nervous jitters coming in. So I immediately go to the group chat, bruh, she's coming over. What do I do? Fast forward to New Year's night. I'm sitting there, you know, vibing, chilling. And then, you know, a few of my friends are over at the apartment. I'm sitting there telling them, like, yeah, I'm nervous. I had the apartment clean. My room was smelling A1. I had this, if y'all don't know me, I had this candle and I put her on. I had this candle.
On that candle.
I had that candle.
We get this candle all the time.
I had that candle on in my room and it was perfect. It was clean. It was everything. And then I remember she knocked on the door. No, it took her a while to get to my apartment because she got lost. I couldn't
find the way. The hallways were confusing me.
And I had to go, like, she eventually found her way, and then she knocked on the door. When she knocked on the door, all my friends were sitting on the couch. Like, it was 3 of us. It was like 4 of us or whatever. And as soon as she knocked, I kid you not, bro, they dipped into my roommate's room, bro. And you could hear, like, if you were outside the door, I'm sure you could hear them, like, giggling and laughing, like, go, 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 go. Like, little kids, bro. I'm sitting here laughing. I'm like, great.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. My lighting is, like, not charged anymore.
But I was like, great. That's, like, great. That made me even more nervous for some reason. But, you know, opened the door, and I was like, damn. She's really pretty, you know, because that's our first time meeting in person. So I'm like, that's crazy. Even prettier in person. That made me nervous, but my nervous jitters went away. One thing about me is I ask questions. I ask a lot of questions. I would say just to keep the vibe going. You know, you never want a stale moment, especially when it's your first time meeting. I mean, usually you're nervous, so you gotta take the lead, you know. The guy has to take the lead. And then so I was like, you know, I showed her around the apartment, showed her my room. She was like, wow, it's really clean in here and it smells good. I was like, yeah, I know, I'm a pretty clean person. And then I was like, let's just go out on the balcony, you know. We chopped it up. We ended up having a really good conversation out on the balcony. And then from that moment on, I was like, dang, I'm probably head over heels. And that day, after she left, I was like, dang, I really want to hang out with her. Like, really, really want to again. And so that's when I asked her.
Because I remember he texted me that night or the following morning after. And he was like, it was really good to meet you or hang out with you or something.
I don't think the next thing was our date. I actually think I asked her to come over again and like, let's watch a movie. And I think...
Typically...
I think we watched it too.
Yeah, we did. But typically... that message I wouldn't like because it'd be like, oh, you trying to come watch a movie?
But
you know?
I wasn't on that type of timing.
I know. I could tell he wasn't.
My
based off our
intentions
first time
literally
meeting.
were to watch a movie, like,
I know.
and that's what we did. We watched a movie.
Yeah, but usually I wouldn't respond to stuff like that. But because I had just met him, I could kind of feel out his vibe, and I knew that wasn't like
and then
his vibe.
After that, we went on our first date. The first date was a really good, it was really
so
good.
fun.
It was a great first date, the best first date I've ever had.
Yeah,
and then,
I love that's like
she
my
said,
favorite date
we
ever.
stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning talking. Really deep conversation, good conversations. At this point, I was like, dang, I'm able to have, we don't have surface level conversations, and we just met. So I was like, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for me to prolong it. My thinking was, I feel like I found somebody great and somebody who's really, unique
I felt the same way
and
too.
special. My thinking was, damn, I don't do something now, somebody else will later on. It took a lot of courage, and I was like, I told her I really liked her and that I wanted to eventually what my intentions were. Like, I wanted to date her. I felt like I was ready. And then the rest is pretty much history, but she's talking about the way that I asked her out was lame, but
It wasn't lame. It was just annoying.
Okay, but I told her I was gonna do it. After that, I told her what my intentions were. But almost every other day, she's like, it would be nice if I was if it was cut.
I would be putting pressure on. I would be saying stuff like, oh, well, I might as well be your girlfriend then.
Yeah,
or whatever.
She'd be like, oh.
Very often. I say that very often.
I thought it was cuffing season. Something like that. I'm like, oh, ha ha ha. Yeah. But I had already had a plan out in my head of what I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do.
He's talking about an idea on how he was gonna ask me to be his girlfriend.
And then because she's my first girlfriend.
Oh yeah, so we didn't mention that. I'm his first girlfriend and he's my first boyfriend. Cause official. I've never had anything, not even the fake little relationships you have in elementary school and stuff. But and neither is he.
So I was like, I thought we were already dating, to be honest with you.
What was your plan?
Bro, I was gonna do something really sweet,
how are you gonna ask me?
Get you some food and some flowers, take you on a date, something along those lines. I can't really remember now. But the way that I asked her, she asked me in the car, and I'm like, bruh, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. So I pulled over to a Kroger and went inside, got some flowers and her favorite chocolate, and asked her to be my girlfriend. And that's how
we started dating.
But we have an even sweeter first kiss story.
Oh yeah.
So that makes up for it.
Do you want to share the first kiss story?
Nah, that's...
Or do you want to keep that private?
Yeah, we'll keep it private. And that's a moment that I'll always enjoy and cherish.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I also wanted to add some long-term relationship advice. I would say 3 years is a long-term relationship. Do you have any long-term relationship advice that you would give to a long-term couple or a new couple? I would say, fighting is obviously inevitable. And this would be my advice, is to learn how to fight. And communication is obviously
it's key. But
key.
I mean, I would say figure out what works best for you guys, because we could sit here and give you advice all day long, but at the end of the day, every couple is different, every person is different.
Yeah.
And every relationship is different. So I mean, the ultimate thing is you gotta have trust, and you have to be willing to, have those uncomfortable conversations with each other. Like, if you have a problem with your significant other or your partner, don't be afraid to address it.
Yeah, because if you let a problem fester, that's how resentment grows. So you want to lay things on the table. You don't want to let a problem just sit there and then erupt later on.
And then be open to. Also, you gotta remember, this is a big thing. This is something that I feel like I probably still need to work on, as well as be open to, whatever your partner is saying. Even if it might blindside you or you might not necessarily agree with it, if your partner is expressing something in a relationship, you want to make sure they feel heard and listened to, and vice versa. But I mean, long-term relationship advice, just be faithful. I don't know.
Have trust.
I
would say trust is number one, obviously.
Trust, communication,
and also don't stop dating each other. I feel like that's common advice. Like, go on dates and stuff.
Even though I will say life does tend to, there are some times when life does get in the way, but still try to find time, little ways. Even if you can't go on dates all the time, for a number of reasons, like school, work, family things, something might come up, or something unexpected, whatever the case may be. Just make sure you find time, to be there for your partner and make them feel special in a certain type of way, or or spend quality time. There's different ways. You don't always have to go on an extravagant date. You can have date nights at home.
You can get a little card game.
Yeah, you can have letters. When you're 21 or older, you can have a little bit of wine. Listen to some jazz music, slow dance in the living room. That's romantic.
Oh, that's so romantic, yeah.
Watch movies.
Shows.
Yeah.
But not just that, obviously spending quality time where you're talking to each other.
Yeah, I would say it's a good thing that we have in our relationship is, sometimes we debate.
We have really
we'll sit
good
here
debates.
And, we'll sit here for hours.
Pick each other's minds.
And, be like, da-da-da-da-da.
Over, it'll be controversial topics.
Yeah,
it'll
be controversial talking. And we don't always necessarily agree.
See eye to eye.
Exactly,
but
and that's a good thing.
It's something that we always end up teaching each other something. And that's one aspect of a relationship that I love is, we are very similar in some ways, but we're very different in other ways. And I feel like that's how you can grow with somebody. Encourages both of us to grow and learn different things, learn other people's perspectives and stuff. Also, another piece of advice I would say is to give your partner room to grow as a person. You're not going to stay the same person forever, They're going to go through things, you're going to go through things, and it's important to always show each other encouragement and love and support throughout those times. Because obviously, we met when I think I was 19.
Yeah, you were 19. I think I was 20.
I had just turned 19 a few months prior, and
I think I turned 20 while we were talking.
Okay, I'm literally shaking off this coffee right now. It's a lot of caffeine in there, and it's literally 7:00 p.m. I don't know why I'm drinking that, but it's really good. And now I'm 22, he's 23. He just turned 23 2 weeks ago. And we're obviously not the same people that we were a few years ago, and we're not gonna stay the same people. So it's important to give each other room to grow, room to grow into themselves, because you can absolutely still have your own individuality and have your own personal growth while in a relationship. So it's important to find that.
But you can also
balance.
grow as a couple together.
Yeah, you can, and you can also grow as a couple. Yeah.
For those of you who watch Steph's channel, you got a good person right here.
Ouch.
Take it from me.
Ouch.
It's cool to see the behind the scenes all the time.
Of
she
me.
She puts in a lot of hard work. I'm rambling now. Right, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, you like that one? That's professional.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's not something I typically have done, but I wanted to do a sit-down video and share a little bit about my relationship because I do show so much of him on my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Until next time.
Until next time.